Our CES 2018 coverage is proudly powered by Amazon. Help support our content by going to PLUGHITZLive.com/Amazon.
Hi, I'm Marissa Sherrick here at CES 2018 with PLUGHITZ Live. I'm here with David, the Director of Advanced Engineering. Can you tell us what we're doing here?
So, with Hundai MOBIS, like you said, I'm head of Advanced Engineering North America and work with the other locations around the world that MOBIS has. So, main thing that I'm here for, what we're showing, one of the things we're really excited about is our autonomous technology that we're planning to bring to market. Currently, it's in development. We call it DDREM, which stands for Departed Driver Rescue and Exit Maneuver. It's a long title, but what we really try to do is to put the description of the product into the title. What it is, we're looking at rescuing people who fall asleep while they're driving and using autonomous technology just to safely remove them from the roadway, bring them to a stop.
So is this like a whole new autonomous software that's coming that you're making, or is this just like something that add on into the future of autonomous vehicles?
So it's not an add-on feature into autonomous vehicles, and that's what's different about it. So this concept has been talked about quite a bit. It's one of the promises of autonomous technology that it can save a lot of lives once it gets here. But right now it's a ways out yet. It's expensive, and what we're talking about is level 4 autonomous, which means there's no driver there to help the autonomous system. So expensive, a ways out there. What we're doing is we're looking at this one condition, which is drivers falling asleep. Recent research is showing, and I can quote AAA Foundation, they put out an annual report, shows that it's about 7,000 fatalities a year in the U.S. People die from falling asleep at the wheel. That's more than people dying in the U.S. from HIV, AIDS virus, and it's close to the number of people dying from skin cancer. So it's really a large number of people, and it's not well known. And it's it's really a good thing to go after with autonomous. So what we look at doing is using the autonomous only for that one mission. We put sensor in the car, so an infrared camera is what we're planning on using to detect that the person's fallen asleep. But we also use the control inputs to also detect that they're falling asleep, as well as the vehicle starting to enter into a hazard, leaving the roadway. All three of those we can use with really current technology sensors that are in a lot of vehicles, standard, and make a determination the driver's gone. They've fallen asleep. One thing to mention is there's a lot of systems out there already that are drowsy warning systems. They detect the drowsy using the same technology, same methods, but they just give a warning that the driver needs to pull over. What we realized early on, going to different conferences, talking to people, talking amongst ourselves, people drive knowing that they're drowsy. Everybody does it. Everybody's got fantastic stories of how they keep themselves asleep. And people don't realize how close to a fatal accident they are when they're struggling on that point in between. So that's what leads to this 7,000 fatalities a year. So 20% of all car accidents are from this one type of event. So we detect it, as I described. Then what our system does essentially takes over, transitions the vehicle back to safe operating at speed in the road, even if it's in traffic and on a highway. We'll then start changing lanes to get to the right-handmost lane and look for a place to pull off the road. The key thing we want to do with the system is get the vehicle out of traffic. If you bring the vehicle to a stop in traffic, you might cause a large pile-up and hurt other people. So we look for that using maps and online sensors, pull the vehicle off the road, bring it to a stop, send out an emergency message, and that's the mission.
Sending out an emergency message like to police, or?
It's going to be the driver's option or the original equipment manufacturer's option, whichever car company we work with to put this on, how they want to deal with that. But we're thinking it could be family, it could be a AAA type service, or depending on what the circumstances are, it could be emergency response people. So it's optional. So that's essentially what we're doing in our development, is just creating the ability to send that out.
How long do you think this kind of system is going to take for it to come onto the market and into people's lives?
So we just started working on this. This is a new concept. And we're trying to get it into production by 2022, which is pretty quick for something that we just started working on. What's really encouraging about it is the challenge of putting this on the road compared to regular level 4 autonomous. Autonomous to drive you around for transportation has to be at least as safe as a human driver. Human drivers, on average in the U.S., they go 100 million miles between fatal accidents. So an autonomous system has to take that into account, a transportation type autonomous system. So I'm getting into a lot of the details, I know, but it's a big hurdle. This system, because the mission is so small, we just have to do this essentially, we think, a 1 mile mission of a rare event, and that event is so rare it's really like once every 20 years for a given car. But you get that into all the cars, you save 20% of all the fatalities. So rare event, small mission, much easier to put it into production, even though it's a level 4 system. That's what's really different about this one. So we use essentially standard sensors that are in production. The actuators that are already in the vehicles, the electronic brakes, are standard on all vehicles. Electronic power steering is becoming more standard on almost all vehicles. So we think we can get there quickly, and not just on high-end vehicles. We think we can get there quickly, and the technology to really go across all vehicles rapidly.
Oh, yes, and this is very exciting. Do you have any partners that you're thinking of integrating this technology with?
We're looking for partners currently. So we just got our first prototype put together. We demonstrated it internally to our executive management and with positive results. And we're planning on doing more demonstrations to government officials. And we're just starting to reach out and build partnerships with OEMs who we want to find a key OEM to go into production with this, because it's very different, and we also have concepts of how to put it into production. But we want to have an OEM that's willing to do this maybe less of a traditional way of putting a system like this into production.
Well, thank you so much, and we will be looking out for this technology in the future. And for continuing coverage of CES 2018, go to PLUGHITZlive.com/CES.